In this video, you will get a quick introduction to CSC Scholarships of China. It's a great opportunity to get a free master, PhD, or even a bachelor degree from top Chinese universities. So without further ado, let's get started. Hello, my name is Tahir, and if this is your first time, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video on this YouTube channel every Tuesday and Friday. These are some of the topics which we will be discussing in this video today. First, I will give you a brief introduction to CSC Scholarship Program, what benefits you will get, what is your biggest barrier, and what reward you can get out of it. Does it worth studying in China? And then the most important part of this video would be how you can stand out in the crowd when applying for these scholarships. What are some of the things which you can do so that your application is different than all other thousands of applications and you can get a scholarship? This slide shows you a brief introduction to these scholarships. CSC stands for China Scholarships Council. On the right hand side, you will see two websites. These are the official websites of Chinese government, and you should only apply to these websites. You don't have to pay any agent any money at all, because that would be just a waste of money and also the time. You can get all the information presented in this video from these websites as well. So I have just summarized some of the information for you. And then there are three types of scholarships for bachelor, masters and PhD. Their age limits are mentioned on this chart, as you can see, and the duration of the scholarship. Then there are three categories for applying these scholarships. Category A, B and C. The A is where you apply through Chinese High Commission in your country. Category B is where you directly apply to a university in China. And category C is an exchange program between Chinese universities and their partner universities. Now let's talk about the benefits you will get in this scholarship. So these are the benefits listed for a bachelor program. In most cases, your full tuition fee is covered. But there is a range for that, and we will talk about this in a minute. Then you will get 30,000 Chinese yuan per year as a bachelor student in China. This is your stipend. Then you will also get 8,400 per year or 700 per month Chinese yuan for your accommodation, or university will provide you a free accommodation. Then your medical insurance will be covered by this scholarship as well, which is 800 yuan per year. Now these are the benefits for master students. Again, the same situation for tuition fee, and you will get a scholarship in the range of 36,000 Chinese yuan to 42,000 Chinese yuan, and your medical insurance will be covered, and you will also get 1,000 per month as accommodation, or university will provide you a free accommodation. Now these are the benefits for a PhD program. Again, the tuition fee situation is same, but the stipend is now 42,000 Chinese yuan and the accommodation is same, 1,000 per month, or the free accommodation at university, and a medical insurance of 800 yuan. So there are both English language programs in China and also the Chinese medium or the Chinese taught programs. But if you are applying for an undergraduate scholarship, it is a condition that you must enroll in a Chinese medium program. You have to pass a Chinese language proficiency test, and that test is taken by top 10 Chinese universities. And if you don't pass that Chinese language test after 1 year, then your scholarship will be terminated. Like any important endeavor in your life, you should also plan this project 6 months to 1 year in advance. So in August to September, you search for the universities and the program where you want to study. Then you contact the professor or the supervisor if you are doing a PhD degree. You contact the university for further information, for example. Then you prepare your application. Then you have to follow the university deadlines. What are the deadlines? Normally it's between January to March. Then the government will make the decision, and the government will inform your university by 30th of June. Then university will take some time and they will send you an offer letter and a visa form by end of July, and you have 1 month or so to join the program, because the program will start from September. So this is how you should plan your scholarship. So once you have decided that you are going for this scholarship, you are applying for this scholarship, so then these are some of the questions which you should get answers for from those websites which I mentioned in the previous slide. You go there, and there you can search in many ways. You can search from province and then to university, or you can search using a multiple combination of province, a university, a study program, and a medium, whether it's a Chinese or English medium study available. So these are some of the questions which you should get answers. First of all, you should, because there are some very top ranked universities, and sometimes full tuition fee is not covered. So you should take into consideration that if you are going for a top university and you can afford some of the tuition fees. And remember one thing, all these participating universities which are participating in this scholarship program, they are all top universities of China. They are all good universities. But there are some differences, of course. Similarly, what is the stipend available? What are the accommodation situation? And sometimes you have to get the admission first. Although this is not a requirement of the scholarship, and we will talk about this in the last part of the video. But in some universities, you have to get the admission first. And then an important question is where to apply. Whether you have to apply through Chinese High Commission in your country, or you have to apply directly to the university. Now let's talk about, does it worth studying in China? And the simple answer is yes. For students who will do bachelor there, most definitely. But for masters and PhD, I have to explain a bit further. The most attractive part of these scholarships is the bachelor component, the bachelor degree program. There are thousands of scholarships available around the world for masters and PhD, but not many available for bachelor. And if you are getting this opportunity, you should always try to avail this. But this bachelor program is limited, so most of you who are watching this video probably are looking for a master's or a PhD program. Now here is a very important thing you should note. If you are doing masters because you could not get a job after your bachelor degree, then think once again. Because after doing a master or even a PhD, chances for getting you a job will even reduce further than what you have right now. So don't pursue master just because you couldn't get a job. Instead, you try to get a job. So this would be much better for you. But if there are other reasons for you to do master or PhD, then of course it's okay. And now there is one problem you might have once you get the scholarship, and that is the language barrier, even if you are going for an English program. Because in China, not many people know English, and you will feel a little bit odd once you reach there. However, if you learn Chinese, and then there are more than 1 billion people who speak this language, then you can imagine how much increase in your communication ability you will get just by learning Mandarin, the Chinese language. China is a business nation, and you can get many benefits if you know Chinese. So there is a barrier, but there is also a blessing in disguise. Now this is the last part of this video, and this is the most important part. There are some documents which you can submit with your application. There are some compulsory documents and there are some optional documents. So I have listed some of these documents. I might have missed something, but most of the documents are listed on this slide. So here you can see that the documents which are in dark color, those are all optional documents. You don't have to submit a research proposal. You don't have to submit a motivation statement, or you don't have to get admission. All these documents are optional documents. But here is the very important point which most students miss. They think that because they don't have to submit a research proposal, so why bother about this? But think about from the perspective of the university which is offering you the scholarship, or the organization which is offering you a scholarship. They have thousands of applications. How would they find which candidate is best suited for this scholarship? What would be their criteria? Just think about it. And every application has just CV and passport and police check and medical and these type of things. So what is the criteria for them to decide? Not only your GPA, not only your marks. So the only thing which will differentiate your application from other students' application will be these optional documents. Think about it. A research proposal, a well-defined research proposal is a very powerful document. because not everyone can make this good research proposal. And the professor, looking at the research proposal, he will immediately realize that this person is good. Similarly, a letter of recommendation from a good professor in your country, that would be good. Imagine that if you have already secured an admission from a university, you already have an admission offer letter from a university, and then you enclose that letter with your application, what effect this letter will have on the person who is deciding your application. So why not go for it? No, the most important of these optional document is the acceptance letter from your potential supervisor if you are doing a PhD or a master program. If you get this letter, your application will be much stronger. Now, how to get this letter? Now, here is another problem. Student, what they will think, okay, why not get an acceptance letter, and they will throw an email to maybe hundreds of professors, hoping that someone will reply. But the problem is the way they write messages are very poor. What kind of language they are using when they are asking for help. So you must understand how to write an email, how to write an effective email to a professor so that you could get an acceptance letter, and that acceptance letter would be extremely powerful. And what is in that email? You write in that email, I have this degree, I have so much GPA, I have this, I have this, I am this, I have this. You are always talking about what you are doing and not even mentioning what he is doing. You don't even know what he is doing. You never searched for it. He might have 30 publications on Google Scholar, which you could have just searched on Google and try to understand what the professor is doing. What is his field of research? Then write to him, I am interested in your field of research because I like this. And once you have read his research, once you know the professor, you have a greater chance of acceptance. Look for the research, what that professor is doing, read his research or her research, find something important, find something which you can relate in your coursework or in your previous some work, and then send an effective email, and your chances of getting accepted will increase. So think about this. Do some work. So I hope you like this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.